All right, Shalom. Call Lord Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostle and elders, a great millstone who taught us his truth. I want to go entitle this particular lesson Precepts. And it because in order to understand the scriptures, you have to understand the precepts, and you must go precept on precept. So I'm going to start at Isaiah 28:9. Whom shall he teach knowledge? And whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast. For a precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line upon line, here a little, there a little. And that's how you understand the scriptures, is by going through the precepts, here a little, there a little, precept upon precept, line upon line. Because you can't just take one verse out of uh, out of the scriptures and then think you're gonna get the whole understanding of it. But here's Psalms 119, 104. Through thy precepts I get understanding. Therefore I hate every false way. Now, I just want to kind of go through like these end time prophecies and put them together, just going precept by precept, so it kind of give you like a little visual of how it might come to pass, from the information that's been given to us in the scriptures. So let's see. I'm gonna go to Revelation 1 through 2. And after these things, I saw four angels standing on the four corners of the earth, holding the four winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power. And he cried with a loud voice to the four angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, Hurt not the earth, neither the sea nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads. So, like I said, he telling the angels not to hurt, not to destroy anything. So we gonna see what the wind that they are holding back. Let's see what that is. This is Jeremiah 51, 1 through 3. Uh says, Thus saith the Lord, Behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind. That's the wind that the angels are holding back, that destroying wind. And I will send unto Babylon fanners, those are the angels, the fanners, that shall fan her and shall empty her land. For in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. Against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifteth himself up in his brigandine, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her hosts. That archer and that bow, though, those are those missiles being prepared to be shot off. And so I go back to Revelation 7. And it says, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads. So now we got to seal them. And it says, I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. Of the tribe of Judah were sealed 12,000. Tribe of Reuben, 12,000. Tribe of Gad, 12,000. Tribe of Asher, 12,000. Tribe of Nephtali, 12,000. Manasseh, 12,000. Simeon, 12,000. Levi, 12,000. Issachar, 12,000. Zebulun, 12,000. Tribe of Joseph was sealed 12,000. Tribe of Benjamin, 12,000. So this is them going through and being Just let you know who all it was 12,000 from each of the 12 tribes of Israel that were sealed, which would come out to be 144,000. Now, let's see how their sealing is an example of how it will take place. It's Ezekiel 9, chapter 9, starting at verse 1. He cried also in mine ears with a loud voice, saying, cause them that have charge over the city to draw near, even every man with his destroying weapon in his hand. And behold, 6 men came from the way of the higher gate which lieth toward the north, and every man a slaughter weapon in his hand. And one man among them was clothed with linen, with inkhorn by his side, and they went in and stood beside the brazen altar. And the glory of the Most High, of the God of the power of Israel, was gone up from the cherub, whereupon was the threshold of the house. And he called to the man clothed with the linen, which had the writer's inkhorn by his side. And the Most High Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. This is them being sealed. And to the others he said in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eye spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house, and he said unto them, defile the house and fill the courts with the slain. Go ye forth, and they went forth and slew in the city. So they killed. And it came to pass while they were slaying them, I was left that I fell upon my face and cried and said, Lord God, wilt thou destroy all the residue of Israel in thy pouring out of thy fury upon Jerusalem? Then said he unto me, the iniquity of the house of Israel and Judah is exceeding great, and the land is full of blood, and the city is full of perverseness. For they say, the Lord hath forsaken the earth, and the Lord seeth not. And as for me also, mine eye shall not spare, neither will I have pity, but I will recompense their way upon their head. And behold, the man clothed with linen, which had the inkhorn by his side, reported the matter, saying, I have done as thou hast commanded me. So he went through, they set the mark upon their foreheads and slayed and spared the ones with the mark on their foreheads. That's so if we go to Isaiah 19, 1 through 4. The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst thereof. And Egypt means house of bondage, which Babylon the Great or America is a representation of the house of bondage, because we're in bondage. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, so everyone's going to be fighting each other. And they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city and kingdom against kingdom. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof. And they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers and to them that have familiar spirits and to wizards. They gonna look for everything to try to, they gonna look to everything but the Most High. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of the cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts. Now if we go to Second Ezra chapter 15, it says starting at verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up, fight against another, with swords in their hand. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall fight, but Salakia. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Right, martial law. And for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and for great tribulation. It's 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 21. Behold, the victuals shall be so good, cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. Even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. And if we go to 40, starting there, it says, O my people, hear my word, make you ready to the battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose. He that occupies merchandise as he that hath no profit by it, and he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein. He that soweth as if he should not reap, so also he that planteth the vineyard as he that shall not gather the grapes. They that marry as they shall get no children, they that marry not as the widowers. And therefore they that labor, labor in vain. For strangers shall reap their fruits, and spoil their goods, overthrow their houses, take their children captive, for in captivity and famine shall they get children. And they that occupy their merchandise with robbery, the more they deck their cities, their houses, and possessions of their own persons. Right. So, everybody just going to be going against each other, fighting each other, not having no regard for, their brother or sister. Scrolling down to verse 67. Behold, God himself is the judge. Fear him, leave off from your sins, and forget your iniquities, to meddle no more with them forever. So shall God lead you forth and deliver you from the trouble. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden under foot. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in fire. Hear ye, my beloved. Hear, O ye, my beloved, said the Lord. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Now, if we go to Joel, chapter 3, let's see. For behold, in those days, in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and I will plead with them there for my people, for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and part of my land. Now, Lord's not going to get there and be like, please, please, Lord. He's not going to be like, please, please, I beg y'all to turn to me. No, please, please, that is me judgment. He's going to bring judgment upon me. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, sold a girl for wine, that they might drink. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon? And all the coasts of Palestine will ye render me a recompense. If ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head, because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, to the people far off, for the Lord hath spoken it.